Hi everyone, this is Angie at Stamping with Amore, and today I'm going to show you do the video for you for my swap card for Onstage Stampin' Up convention. And it was in Dallas last weekend, and I posted my card that I did last Wednesday, and this is the card. So I promised that I'd do a video for this, and so here it is. Now I made 50 of these cards, and I did kind of cheat because I used my Misti to make them, but the first one I actually made, I didn't use the Misti, I just made one by hand. And so you can do this without having a Misti. It just, if you're doing a large quantity, it really helps to have the Misti. So if you're just doing a single card, it's much easier to do it by hand. So let's go ahead and get started with this. You're going to need your basic card base, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and this is Real Red that I'm using, and then I'm using Very Vanilla, and this piece is 4 by 3 3/4, and then you need a piece for the sentiment, which is 1 inch by 4 inches. So I'm going to bring the Misti up here, but I'm going to show you first how I got my circle, and I just used one of our little designer buttons boxes. You can use anything to create the circle, and I center that and just draw a real light line around it. And once I had it on the Misti, I didn't have to draw the line after the first one. So I only had to erase one line once I had it set up on the Misti, because you're just continually stamping with this tool. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to actually do another one, and maybe I can show you how you can do it by hand too. Video may take a little longer, but for those of you who don't have a Misti. So the first thing that I'm going to do on here is I'm going to just show you how to do it on the Misti first, and then we'll go back and do the other one. So you just place it in the corner. I use my little magnet just to hold it in place. You don't have to have that. And the stamp set that I'm using is, what did I do with it? It's this Warm Wishes, and I'm using this little acorn and this branch right here. So I'm going to get that out, a little acorn on a block, because we're going to do that by hand. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm just lining this branch up on here, and I'm going to close the Misti, and the Misti will pick up your stamp. So then all you have to do is ink that up, and I'm using Mossy Meadow. That's what I used for this whole stamp. And you just close the lid, and it stamps the branch. Now I'm going to clean this after each one I move it, because I don't want ink all over my hand. And then the next thing I'll do is I'm just going to line it, the next one up, and I kind of overlap it. And then you close the Misti again, re-ink it. There's no rhyme or reason. I just overlap it. And if you're going to clean this, she does have a cleaner for it, but I use a non-alcohol baby wipe. And then you just go on to your next one. And I want to make sure this is dry. And then just set the next one on here. This is why I say when you're doing a bunch, you just do one position and you just stamp them all at the same time. So that's how I did my swaps. And you just keep going around until your wreath is full. I love this branch. It's beautiful, and it makes such a pretty wreath. And then I think we'll probably have 2 more because I want it to be full. You can actually use a lighter green if you want to alternate, you know, colors. I like the Mossy Meadow. It's perfect wreath color. And then just 1 more. So you can see there's no rhyme or reason, but the circle helps you to keep it in order, and it keeps it so it's round and not, you know, oblong, or you don't end up with a, so it just gives you a guideline. So there's the wreath. So that is all that's to that. And stick around and I'll show you how to do it by hand here in a minute. And then the next thing that I did was I used, I'm going to take it here off of here so I don't mess this up. So I'll move the Misti out of the way. But you see how quick and easy it goes. It's really amazing. I love that tool. So I'm going to use some smoky, let's see, this is soft suede. And then I'm just randomly going to put some pine cones on her. And what I did was I pretty much put them where the little branch ends were. And it kind of covers the little ends, but you don't have to do that. And then I'm going to use the same to do my sentiment. And the sentiment that's in the center, the Merry Christmas, that's in the center of this, where did I put it? This Merry Christmas that goes across here, this is from Teeny Tiny Wishes. So it's a regular stamp. So I just, and you don't have to do this part, I just thought it added a lot to it. I really like the look of it. And you can fill it in. I don't want it to go over. Okay, and then I cut a Mary, and this is from this Mary comes from our Christmas Greetings Thinlit dies, and there's, I believe, 2 other sentiments with it. I don't know what I did with my packaging, but this is the sentiment that I cut the Mary from it. And I'm going to use some of our fine tip glue. I did this with all 50 of them. So I just adding some of that. This is perfect for these. So you just have to add some dots to the back. And then I put it on an angle across there. And you have to hold it down for a second because this is really thin and I wanted to make sure all my ends are down and everything. So I just hold it down there for a second. And if you have a little area that pops up, I just put another dot under there to hold it. Love this fine tip glue though. It works really, really good. And then I took some of our Dazzling Details and in the Cherry Cobbler, let's see if I can get it going, and then I just put some little berries on here. And don't touch this after you put your berries on because they will, you have to wait for this part to dry. So I'm going to set that aside and we'll go ahead and stamp our sentiment, which is Merry Christmas. And the Merry Christmas is from our Versatile Christmas. It's this one right here. And I'm going to stamp that in the Mossy Meadow. And the piece that I'm stamping it on is 1 inch by 4 inches. And it's also very vanilla. Let me see without getting my head in the way if I can stamp that good. There we go. So you see how quick this can go. And, all right, so we're ready to put it together. And first I'm going to let that dry a little bit longer, so no, I can't do this sentiment. I have to do this first. So what I'm going to do, because it's wet and I don't want to mess up I should have waited to put it on there. I'm going to just go ahead and draw a little bit of line where I'm going to place this. Now, you can put on your dazzling details after the fact. Actually, that's what I did when I did this. But now, I'm going to have to, because I don't want to mess this up. So I'm just going to put my, inside that line that I drew, so I can place this without messing up my, and I'll just go back and erase the pencil mark. And then we're ready to put our sentiment on the bottom. And this time I did one on my blog that had a ribbon going around it. But this time I'm going to just use my rhinestones. And I had some handy here. I think I'll use these medium ones because I used all the little ones on my project. So I put one in the middle first. This way they'll be even on both sides. So there it is. So that's all that's to it. If you're using the Misti, look how quick you can get a card together, and look how pretty it looks. Like you spent a lot of time on it. And so really quickly, I'm going to show you on the other one how to do the wreath. And I'm not going to go through the whole card. I'm just going to show you how you can stamp it by hand. So I'm going to go ahead and place it on my block. I got a little ink on there, but that's okay because I probably won't use this. But use your Mossy Meadow again and just stamp it. And this, if you're just making one, it's going to go quicker for you. So you just stamp that and just go all the way around. This is how I did my first one that I made, which gave me the idea for this. And I kind of got off there a little bit. I know what, I'm going to just do another little, because it doesn't really matter there. And then I'll grab the soft suede and put my little pine cones on there. And then you can stamp your sentiment same way. So that's it. It's that easy, and you can see how quick and easy it'll be. I love these because these branches are perfect for a wreath. And when I saw it, I thought that would be perfect for a wreath. So that's how I came up with it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to just hand stamp it or use your Misti, it's all up to you. So that's it. So here's the card. I hope you enjoyed it. If you need any supplies for this project, you can go to my blog. I have this card listed on my blog with the one that I did with the ribbon and all the supply lists on there. So you can shop right from my blog at stampingwithimora.com. So thanks everyone. Have a blessed day. I'll see you later. Bye.